Hey guys, welcome back. It is a beautiful Saturday morning here in Portland. And when the weather gets nice in the Pacific Northwest, we head outside. So Portland is beautiful. It gets the rap for being really, really rainy here, and it is. We have some rainy days for sure. But the summer, it's rare to see a cloud, to be honest. And during the spring, we get these beautiful days. So I thought I'd run down to the grocery store. I'm gonna pick up some ingredients for homemade marshmallows. I think you guys are gonna be surprised at first how easy they are to make, and secondly, how delicious they can be. The hardware you're gonna need to get together is going to be some kind of a dish. It doesn't need to be glass, it could be metal. It doesn't really matter. You are going to need some kind of a thermometer, something that will read the temperature of 230 degrees Fahrenheit, which on fry thermometers or candy thermometers, that will be a marked thing, 230. So look at your thermometer and make sure you have the right one. I'm going to use a pastry brush to spread the spray around with. You could use your fingers if you don't have one, so don't worry about that. I'm just spraying my pan with the nonstick spray. And then I've got a piece of parchment paper here that I've cut so it'll fit. And with that spray in there, basically will stick right to the pan, which is exactly what I want. I'm gonna spray the top half of this right before I pour the marshmallow into it, but I'm just getting that kind of ready to go. I'm gonna keep this handy. I'll show you a trick with corn syrup here in just one sec. Out of your pantry, you're gonna need to grab your sugar. You're gonna need 3 cups of granulated sugar. You're going to need a cup of powdered sugar or confectioner's sugar and half a cup of cornstarch. I'm going to mix these together, and those will coat the marshmallows so they don't stick together and become a big mess. And 2 teaspoons of a really good vanilla extract. I'm also going to use cornstarch in this recipe, so I'm going to take some of my cooking spray and just spray my measuring thing with it. I'm going to pour in 1.5 cups of the light corn syrup. Oh, and you're going to need a pinch of salt. This is really good flake sea salt, just a pinch of that. And your 4 packets of gelatin, plain, like unflavored gelatin. And finally, you're going to need a saucepan. I like this one, and I found it years ago. It has a spout, so I can just pour directly into my mixer. I'm a one-man team here, so I am going to use a stand mixer, and I suggest that if you're working by yourself. If you're a 2-man team, one person can use a hand mixer while the other person pours. You'll see it'll be complicated with one person, but you'll need something to mix with. The first step in the process, or the step that I like to do first, is take the bowl of the mixer or the bowl that you're going to mix in and add 3/4 of a cup of cold water. And then you're gonna need your 4 packages of gelatin, the plain gelatin. I've cut the tops off of these, and that all just goes in. You just let it sit right on the top of the water, and it kind of soaks it up, wicks it up, and begins to soften. I like to go ahead and get the bowl set up now so that when the sugar's ready, the bowl's ready. I'm just going to attach the whisk and lower this in, and it'll be ready to go. And we've got it. It is right at the right degree. So very carefully, I'm going to remove the thermometer. I'm just going to use a kitchen towel around my hand. As soon as it hits 238, you can turn your heat off. You don't want the sugar to overflow. And get ready to bring it over to your mixer. I'm going to turn this on slow. So I had the mixer on medium. I'm going to turn it back on medium, but it's hard to hear over. And as I do, I'm going to slowly add our really hot sugar mixture. So right here at the end, as I pour the last bit in and the last bit of gelatin begins to dissolve, I'll be able to increase the speed of the mixer and make this really fluffy and let it go about 9 minutes. I just wanted to stop it for 1 second and show you guys it's getting super kind of just beautiful, glossy. I've got my vanilla extract here right at the end. I didn't want to add this in the beginning because it would kind of cook it a little bit. I'm going to add that now, turn this back on high, let it go to finish up, like I said, probably 9 minutes, 7 to 9 minutes when it gets super stiff. And then I've got my baking dish over here with the paper ready to go. And folks, it could not be any easier than that. We're done. These need to sit for about 3 hours until they firmly set. Just out uncovered is absolutely fine. Then we'll come in and lift them out, and they'll need to be coated in a mixture of 1 cup of powdered sugar to 1/2 cup of cornstarch. I'm just going to mix this in the bowl, have it ready to go, so we're ready and set. When they're done, you guys, this is looking so good. They are set and I think ready to take out. I'm just going to take a little bit of the powdered sugar cornstarch mixture and put that just a little bit on the top and lightly just move that around. You'll see this is it's bouncy, it's set, but the sugar will help make it not stick because it's going to be really sticky. So we can just lift that right up and over onto our board. With one hand, I'm just going to take it and flip it over. It's perfect. I'll grab some of your sugar and just a little bit on the top. Again, we don't need a lot, just enough to make it not too sticky. Now with a sharp knife, you can also take just a little bit of the sugar and carefully just kind of wipe that on the side of the blade. And you're going to want to cut these, and you're going to want to cut them as big as you want your marshmallows to be. But I like a real big kind of square marshmallow. So I'm going to cut these probably into 4 across. And as you finish cutting your marshmallows, I just kind of dip them into the sugar, and then we're going to start placing those onto a sheet pan. And done and done. So that's the last of them. As you can see, I just have them here on a sheet pan. I suggest leaving them out for an hour or two just to let the skin sort of set a little bit and dry out slightly. Then you can put them in a zipper bag and just store them in your pantry. They're totally safe for that. Y'all, they turned out perfectly. They're ready to go on a skewer and over a fire. They could go into a cup of hot chocolate. And for the holidays, they're a great base just to add flavors to. Lavender, peppermint, it all works so good. And there you have it. Homemade marshmallows. I'll tell you what, if you take these on a camp out or the next time you're invited to sit around someone's fire pit, they're going to think you did something really special. And you did, but you didn't have to do all that much work. I hope you'll try this recipe. I think it's really delicious and fun and something different. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate the support. You guys stay tuned for the next one. I'll see you again. Take care. Bye.